Assalamu alaikum children. How are you all? Hope you all are very fine and safe at your home. Children, in last class we learnt about different materials like metal, plastic, glass, wood, cotton, leather, ceramic, rock along with examples. Now in today's session we are going to learn about states of material. So, let us first see states of matter. In the chapter on water, you have studied the relationship between ice, water, and water vapor, the three states of water. You would have noticed that when ice is added to a glass of lemon juice, the ice begins to melt, and after some time, all of it becomes water and the outer surface of the glass becomes wet. If we heat the water in a vessel, we notice that after some time water vapor is produced. If heating is continued, more and more vapor is produced in the form of steam and the quantity of water in the vessel keeps decreasing. Some materials change their state from solid to liquid, liquid to gas on being heated, and from gas to liquid, liquid to solid on being cooled. We sort materials, that means we differentiate materials as solids, liquids, and gases based on their state at normal temperature. Can you say names of materials other than ice that goes from solid to liquid, liquid to gas? Now let us see. Candle also converts from solid to liquid and liquid to gas. Carbon dioxide also exists in three states. Solid carbon dioxide is also called dry ice. Now let us see a simple activity. You may have lit a candle with a matchstick many times, holding the burning matchstick to touch the wick of the candle until the wick catches fire. But can you light the candle without touching the wick with a burning matchstick? Do you think this is impossible? Let us see how it can be done. Place a candle in a safe place and light it. The first time the candle cannot be lit without touching the wick with the burning matchstick. So do just that the first time. Let the candle burn for some time. After about 2 minutes, hold a burning matchstick in one hand and blow the candle out. What did you notice? Did you see a column of white smoke rising from the wick as soon as you extinguished the flame? Extinguished means lit off the flame. Now quickly bring the burning matchstick close to this smoke, but do not touch the wick with it. What happens? Let us see. Now here they have asked questions like, did the candle catch fire from a distance? Now let us see what is the answer for this. Yes, the candle catches fire from a distance because the smoke from the candle catched fire. Next question is, does the white smoke represent candle wax in the state of gas? Yes, smoke represents gaseous form of candle wax. Now let us see. How can you know the different states of materials? We observe that certain materials can change their shape according to the shape of the containers they are put into, while some retain their shape. Those materials which change shape are mainly liquids. Those materials which do not change shape are called as solids. So now you are seeing here picture of a solid. It is the picture of a liquid and it is a gas. Let us see examples of solids. These are the solid shapes. If we see about solids, solids have a definite shape and also mass and also volume. Now let us see what are liquids. Liquids are water, milk, oil, kerosene, juices, paint, blood. These are the examples of liquids. Now here you are seeing examples of gases around you. Atmosphere of the earth, bubbles in soda, fumes from volcanoes, and helium gas in balloons. So these are the examples of gases. Think of different solids, liquids and gases around you and you can group them like I have shown here, like you also can do the same. If you see about liquids, liquids take the shape of container they are put into. That means liquids have no definite shape. For example, water. This water has a definite shape? No. Now we see in your textbook a simple thing, a sweet dilemma. What is this a sweet dilemma? Let us see. While thinking about properties of solids, a group of students in your class 6 put sugar in a glass, in a bowl and in a vessel. After putting sugar in glass, bowl and vessel, they observed the sugar takes the shape of the container. Since they know that liquids take the shape of the container, they concluded that sugar is a liquid. But the second group in the class disagreed with the first group. What do you think about it? A sugar, a solid or a liquid? How will you decide it? Next, Pervin, a student from the second group, came with an idea. She took a single crystal of sugar and one drop of water and declared that sugar is a solid while water is a liquid. The first group also had to agree with second group Pervin's argument. Now, discuss with your friends about and find sugar is a solid although it takes the shape of the container. Now, along with the sugar, what about your common salt? Is it a solid or a liquid? So, we can say that sugar and common salt, they are solids because they doesn't flow like liquids. So that we can say that both common salt and sugar, they are solids. Although sugar takes the shape of the container, but each crystal remains its shape and intact. So that we can say these are solids. Now we see which sinks and which floats. See here children, here you have given a stone and wood. Among these, which one sinks in the water and which one floats on water? Let us see. What about stone? When you drop a stone in water, does it float or sink? A stone will sink, whereas wood can float. Now, let us see other things. Take some water in a wide-mouthed bowl. Put an iron nail in it. What do you observe? And put an empty iron tin in that bowl. What do you observe? Also try to observe whether a wooden piece floats on water. What happens when a wooden bowl is dipped in water? What do you conclude from this activity? Some materials in one shape will sink in water but float on water when they are in another shape. The materials that can sink can be made to float, but all the materials that float cannot be made to sink. Let us see soluble and insoluble and water. Take 5 beakers with water. Take small quantities of sugar, salt, chalk powder, sand and sawdust. Add each material to separate beakers and stir it well. Observe the changes and record your observation in the table that you have given in textbook page number 51. Now, if you see, we observe that certain materials dissolve when mixed with water. These materials are said to be soluble in water. The materials that do not dissolve are said to be insoluble. You can repeat this activity with different liquids like vinegar, lemon juice, coconut oil, kerosene, and add them to water. Do you know, children, what is a solvent? A solvent is a liquid that dissolves other substances in it. Water can dissolve more substances than any other solvent. So, water is called a universal solvent that you have learnt in your lower class. Now, let us see some objects. Here you have given salt and sugar which are soluble in water, and oil and sand which are insoluble in water. Now children, let us continue this in our next session. Up to this, be happy. Allah Hafiz.